Most of my life, I was trying to live the way that other people expected me to live, dress the way they wanted me to dress, act the way they wanted me to act, and talk the way they wanted me to talk. This was military, religion, conservatism, being raised in South, all of that. It's just this mold they want you to be in. And when you don't conform to it, you're not treated very well. And you're kind of cast out. Even in a small family, they will cast you out when you don't comply and conform to their ways. They don't accept you for the unique human you're meant to be. Plan on you. What does this mean? And how did I discover it? Planning on you means to look into the future and think about the character that you want to be. Now, this is not about how you dress, the stuff you have, or any of that. It's about how you act from the inside out, how you talk to people, how you view people, how you take care of yourself, and the things that you create. What you create comes from the inside out. That's positive output. You're not just a consumer. Getting on a rabbit trail. People that are consumers, they will get money to buy stuff, and then they will be known for the stuff they're buying or the places they can go. And so then it's like they attach that to their identity, and people see that as value, or they see that as value, when the real value is inside your heart and your mind. Your mind is this powerful tool that helps you navigate the world, but your heart is what should lead you. That's just the way it is. So planning out your character is easier than it sounds like, but then in the execution phase, that's difficult. Finally, I got to the point where I was not the person that I needed to be to accomplish the things that I need to accomplish. So I started really doing a deep dive on character change and what that really meant. And that took a year or 2 or 3 of just answering that question. Like, what is character change? And looking at my ego versus my soul plug into my mind, and then basically becoming a character that way. Because whether we like it or not, we are playing a role. We are playing a character. Though you're not the main character when you're conforming to everybody else's wants and desires and dogmas. You are trying to be like, oh, let me make y'all happy so I don't get rejected. And when you switch internally to try to, or start living from the inside out, being who you decide to be, you start validating yourself, and you belong to yourself. You stop desiring, at least I did, to belong with all these other people. It's like, I want to be wanted. I want to be liked. I want to belong. I'm no longer in the military. Should I be in church? Should I be in like this group or this conglomeration of people? And then I don't fit in here, don't fit in there. It's like, nobody wants me. No, I'm very unique, and I'm not supposed to fit in there. And then I realized, oh, maybe I should be the person that I want to be and build something that people want to go to, because no place was something that a place where I wanted to be. So I was like, I need to build where I want to be. And I created a symbol. And this is really cool right here. When you look at a symbol, all of a sudden, all the information about what that symbol represents populates in your mind. And you get this feeling, you get this understanding. Like you see the Apple logo, and you get this feeling and understanding of that corporation. It's more than just a corporation. It's the way they conduct themselves, their products they put out, just this whole massive feeling. And it works that way with other symbols too. When you attach information to a symbol and you think of that symbol, It populates in your mind the information, and you get a feeling. So here's what I did. I created a symbol, and then I created a character sheet of who I wanted to become or who I needed to be to fulfill my mission. And I combined the information with my symbol. And so every time I thought of my symbol, I would get this feeling and I would get that information. And I had my vision enmeshed in that symbol also. So all of this stuff that I'm going to accomplish, the person that I am becoming and going to be, all would populate. So it made it easier in real time to step into that role, the highest version of myself. Because before this, I was just a patchwork of garbage that was put together, just trying to people please, being an empath and reading people, being like, what do they want? What do they need? How they want me to act? Especially with women, it's like, how do they want me to dress? What will they think is cool? Should I buy this? Do I need to do this for them? How do I make them happy? And that just devalued me to the umpteenth degree. Because when people look at a people pleaser, they don't see that as somebody they want to follow. They see that as a weak person, somebody they can prey on and take advantage of. And that's what happened to me just over and over and over. And so many relationships failed because I wasn't being just a steadfast version of me. I was shifting and morphing and trying to pull from ways that I learned when I was younger instead of being like, this is how I'm going to communicate with another human soul. This is how I'm going to conduct myself when I'm yelled at or manipulated. This is how I'm going to be no matter what. And that took work. It was scary to move in that, because moving into the unknown is uncomfortable. But that's where the growth is, being uncomfortable. And I had to be comfortable with it being uncomfortable until I became comfortable in that new version, because I was safe then. I wasn't pushing the boundaries, trying to make anybody mad. But that's not what I'm here for. That's not what you're here for. You're here to be you, the best version of you, to output what you're specifically designed to do here. You have a bigger mission than to be a people pleaser. You have a bigger purpose than to just try to make everybody happy. You have a bigger purpose than just trying to make money to buy stuff or do what everybody else is doing. A character sheet. This is crazy valuable. Writing down what kind of person you want to be. Creating a symbol. And I put that symbol in my car, on my phone, on my mirror, everywhere. So I just saw it all the time. So that information was populating. And every night I would draw that symbol on a piece of paper with my task list for the next day. And it took a while. But it's like I forged a new path to show other people, this is a different way of change. It's a different way of becoming who you're meant to become versus grind. You got to be an alpha male. You got to go make all this money. You got to dress this way. It's like you just got to lock in. Sometimes you got to give yourself grace. You can't always lock in because you're morphing out of the old version of you. But every little step you take towards that highest version of yourself to the new version of you is a victory. It's a super victory. You don't just wake up and become that version. It takes effort. But it may take a million billion steps. But each step you take is progress. And each little bit of progress should be celebrated completely. This is encouragement to plan on you. You are valuable and you deserve to be the best version of yourself. You don't have to go around pleasing everybody and you don't have to fit the mold that everybody wants you to be in. You are an autonomous human being that deserves to be the primary character in your life. Roadhouse Spiritual Horde.